everyone and welcome to our YouTube channel Jodi and Tricky, and today I'm going to be answering your questions. So I went onto my Instagram, Jodi Jinx, and I put a big question mark and I said, do you have any questions? I will answer them all over my YouTube uncensored. So I tried not to go through any because I kind of wanted to give like a honest and what you call it when it's spur of the moment, like it's just real and spontaneous answer. So let me go through. Now I'm going to go through, like, this is why I don't like going in my DMs. Someone has a problem with everything. Like, honestly, social media influencers go through it. Like, if I ever show you some of the things in my DMs, like, why do you think it's okay to say some of these things to people? Anyway, I'm going to try and avoid those as I usually do, just because I find that the negativity is not necessary. I don't need to read it, I don't need to hear it, I don't need to type something like that. And I'm at the point in my life where, you know, I just want to project positivity and happiness, and I think that's why everyone comes over to my page and to our channel, because, you know, there's this happiness that's about Tracy and I, and, you know, there's enough complaining and enough negativity going on, you know, guys. So just kind of refrain from, I mean, some of this stuff really isn't necessary. Anyway, I'm not even going to read that. Okay, Brendan's so smart, thank you. I have nothing to ask. Okay, I want you to send me those children's books after you've used them. I want to read them to my children. Those books are very expensive. Would you like to send me those books, please? So books are not something that you just go through and then you give away or you throw away. Books are something that you reread. You know, you have some favorites, so you kind of go back to them all the time and you just build your library. It's not something that right now, because even the books I have for Levi, he still reads some of them, and then I'll read them to Remy, and then there's Stevie. So I've never given away a book. I like receiving them, so I'm sorry, I'm not giving away any books right now. Sorry about that. Do you ever get involved in any of your husband's projects? This is a great question. This is Fun with 4X. I hope I'm allowed to call the names. All right, I'm gonna call some names, the ones I can pronounce, because if you haven't noticed, I have a problem with pronunciations. So I try not to get involved as much as possible, simply because, you know, I have a lot of people that also DM me about, hey, can you ask your husband for a job? Hey, blah, 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 blah. Hey, blah, 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 blah. And I like to separate it. At the end of the day, when he comes home, when I come home, or I've always been here, I'm just chilling out on the couch, the last thing that we want to do is talk about work or his work. He's been dealing with that all day, and the last thing he wants is for me to come to my, hey, you know, so these people are emailing me rhythms like once a week. You know what, you can even listen, or hey, so and so wants a drop, or hey, so and so. So to him, he comes home and he wants his sanctuary, he wants his relaxed time. So the last thing he wants to do is be like, oh God, here comes Jodi asking for a favor, you know? So I don't like to get involved with his projects. I don't like to get involved in anything work related. However, I did let his team know that if the Sean Paul Foundation is doing anything, I'd really like to get involved with that. I'm really into giving back, just because, and you've heard me say this before, if you're in a position to give, I feel that you must give, or you should give. So I do like to give, and I like organization. So instead of me having to do everything or organize everything, you know, or reach out and say, hey, I need help trying to, you know, execute this, I'll just, you know, go ahead and work with the Sean Paul Foundation. They recently gave away iPads to schools across the island, so I went to a few of the schools to help give out the iPads and to meet the kids, especially when Sean wasn't able to make it. I feel that it was important that I was there, just that, you know, they know I'm his wife. Hopefully, drop a comment, drop a like, drop a subscribe. I'm Sean Paul's wife. You know, just to have that presence there to let the people know that, hey, Sean Paul cares. He's working, he's busy, whatever, but his wife is here. You know, it's not just, yeah. So I'll get involved with stuff for the Sean Paul Foundation for sure. Are you considering baby number 3? Kim Williams, me a call your name. You know what, Kim, it's so funny. This was a question that I was really thinking about last weekend, and Mommy reminded me. She's like, don't make Remy a middle child? We've seen, and there's nothing wrong with most middle children. I just see where my sister is very needy. She's very, very needy, super needy. And not saying that mommy would have not made her a middle child by not having my brother, but it's just sometimes so difficult to deal with certain situations with her. So whereas you say certain things to my brother or certain things to me, you have to then say them in a different way to Tracy. And when the opportunity, not the opportunity, but when I was really thinking of having a third child, which was right after Remy, I was like, hey, Sean, let's talk about this, yada yada. But he was like, boy, I really don't think, I've never seen myself with 3 kids. And I was like, well, okay, I really see myself with a new set of boobs, so let's decide now. I'm not saying it's 100% out of the picture, but for right now, I'm enjoying having back my adult time because they're a little bit older now. Both kids are older now, so they both sleep through the night, so hold on, this is Tracy now, the middle child. Hold on. Hi, Trey.
You got to cut them out, baby.
No, you can pick them up for me, please.
Yeah, okay.
All right, just filming my YouTube. All right, cool, bye. Yeah, in terms of, I don't know, I don't think I'd want to make Remy a middle child just simply because of how Tracy is. Oh, wow, what was a weird way to answer that question. Oh, Tracy's gonna be mad at me now.
Yes, that's trouble, yeah, trouble there.
Kim, good job. Mark Anthony, is this J-Lo's husband in my DMs? No, it's not Mark Anthony. Have you taken the vaccine yet? Yes, I took my vaccine yesterday. I do think that there are more positives with taking the vaccine than negatives. Is that how you could say it? I took my vaccine. I don't have a problem. I took it yesterday. My hand feels a little warm right in the area, right here. But I don't have a problem with taking the vaccine. I really want to get back to normal life, and I think it's important to take the vaccine to be able to get back to some form of life, you know what I mean? And I have 2 kids that need to go to school. I would like to go to the supermarket and see a friend and say hi. There's so many people out there that they long for that touch, that caress, that hug. And we can't do that, and it's affecting a lot of people. And I want to be able to get back to my normal life, and I think that taking the vaccine is a big part of getting back to that stage. So I know lots of people don't agree with that, and I respect your opinion and I respect your beliefs, and I would never force you to take the vaccine. But for me, yes, I took it, and I don't have a problem with it. Did you develop anxiety after you quit smoking? How many years I quit smoking now? I can't work it out. I think it was 2013, 14, no. Was it 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 8 years. Develop anxiety? No. I think I have a little touch of anxiety regardless of the smoking. But once I quit, and I quit for a while, you can check out my video. Look for my videos called Ex-Smoker. And I'd stopped smoking, and after taking the tablet, it was about 8 weeks. I felt so good that I was like, yo, the answer is no. Short answer. I look forward to story time every night. I just want to say thanks for sharing your kids with us. Remy is so darn cute. My daughters are 21 and 25, so those days of having little kids are gone. I think you are doing an excellent job raising them and ignoring the naysayers because you can't please everyone. Shelly Gray, thank you for that. I really do appreciate. I do get positive comments as well. Just reading about my positivity, about me being such a great mom, and I really do appreciate that because I just feel like as humans, a little bit of positive encouragement, loving encouragement, really could go a long way in making somebody's day. There's times where I've been feeling a little down, and I'll read a message and it makes me feel really, really good, and just lets me know that I'm on the right path and I'm doing a good job. And even though I may have questioned myself with something, somebody may have noticed and be like, hey, you're doing okay. And I really appreciate that. So thank you. Thank you, Shelly. Are you still in... Why why is it doing this? Are you still in love with Sean after all these years? A long time on a day, you know. I think that there's going to be time. We've been going out for a very long time. So there's times where, yes, he annoys me. There's times where I really don't want to see him, but there's times where I'm like all over him and I just, you know, yes. So I just think it depends on my not loving him. Of course, I love him. I'm in love with him, and you know, there will always be that love there, I think. But there are days where I'm just like, and I think that's with every relationship, you know what I mean? So he's not going anywhere.
Nothing like that for both about. Something like that for both about.
Yeah.
Lovely, mum. I like your energy. Big up, Monica. Don't know why I read that in an accent, Monica, but 1. What's the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you? What is the most embarrassing thing that happened to you? Oh. So coming right to mind, I don't even know if I want to talk about this. So I went to a party one time and somebody slipped me a little molly or roofie or whatever it was, and I just I felt really lightheaded, but I thought I was drunk and mixing my liquor. And I walked to the bathroom and the bathroom was too far. So I stood up at the bar and I thought nobody would notice, especially because I had on a long dress and I just peed myself. But I mean, the pressure of the pee that came out, people were looking. Anyway, when you have to go, you have to go. But I feel like if I wasn't, you know, given a little something, I would have just stood at the bathroom and waited. But yeah, everything was just kind of loopy, and it was the next day that I kind of thought back on a series of events and realized what had happened. And yeah. 2, while we aim to learn from experiences rather than consider them as regret, I'd like to know, what is your biggest regret in life? My biggest regret in life. Biggest regret in life. Biggest regret. I think it would have to be that I didn't do better in school or try better in school. Yeah, like I really wish I'd just kind of concentrated a little more or made more of an effort in school, because I think I definitely would have gotten more out of school if I'd concentrated. But I was like the biggest class clown, school queen, and yeah, so I think my biggest regret was that I didn't really apply myself to my studies. 3, would you forgive and stay with Sean if he cheated on you? You never ever answer anything from me. So let's do this dead case. So you never answer anything from me, so let's see if this will go through. Hashtag dead case. Renique. It's not a dead case. I'm answering all of them. I don't know. I think it's hard to answer that question because, to my knowledge, it's not a position I've been in. You know, it was like the other day Trace and I were talking about what you would do if gunman come in your house. You know, and you're like, yeah, well, I would run for the knife, and first thing I would do, and blah blah blah, and you don't know what you would do in that situation. You know what I mean? So it's all well and good that you say, yeah man, would I stand up there with my gun finger and say, yeah, we are go. But yeah, this is a hard one to answer because I wouldn't know. Is he in love with the girl? Is it like a multiple cheat thing? Was it a one-time thing? Not that any of those are okay. You know, I don't know. Yeah, could I like half forgive him? Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I would do. I really don't, because I want to say no, and you know, bad girl, may I pick up my things and left, but I don't know. Like I honestly don't know what I would do. But those are 3 good questions. Speak up to yourself. Hashtag it's not a dead case. Do you get jealous and feel insecure? I know Sean travels a lot and females might throw themselves at him at concerts, clubs, etc. How do you cope with all of that? If I'm ever feeling insecure, I just log on to Scotiabank Jamaica and just check my balance.
My nigga.
Alright, joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm not an insecure person at all whatsoever. But I'm not saying that there hasn't been times where I've seen certain things and I'm like, but at the end of the day, I am secure in my relationship and, you know, what we have agreed to, and, you know, what we want from each other in our relationship. And it's hard for me to answer these questions because I don't want to seem like I'm oh shit, I just had the word in my head, naive. I don't want to seem like I'm naive or like I'm swearing for anybody, because I'm not, you know. I'm not saying my relationship is perfect, but I'm not an insecure person. Like, clearly people are going to throw them, girls are going to throw themselves at Sean, but I don't know. I mean, do you get jealous and insecure? Yeah, I guess I get jealous. I guess I would get jealous, yeah. I guess it's been yes. The answer is yes. Don't know what else to say. Next. Ooh, Remy answering questions, enjoying all the milestones as if it was my child. What are you saying for the non-Patois speaking fans? Oh, this was a video that I was teasing, Beautiful Beginnings. I was saying, look at her, she thinks she's so nice. Look at her, trying to eat all fancy. She's going on as if she's too good to be friends with me. Look on her. Oh, she go on so. Watch her. She going like she too good. She too nice. I love Rem and I always wonder if you are Jamaican. Yes, Lashana? Yes, I am Jamaican. I was born here. I have lived here for all of my life except for 1 year where I went to school in Denmark on student exchange. I met a Jamaican man. He was born here. He's Jamaican. I have Jamaican parents. My father was born here. My mother, we imported her from Britain. She's a wonderful lady, but yes, I am Jamaican. Your phone sometimes cuts out on the microphone. When are you getting a new phone? That's such a good question. Okay, so as you saw earlier when Tracy called me, I had to put on the speakerphone. I don't even understand, like, these iPhones aren't cheap. Okay, Frank Zappa, are you gonna help me buy a new phone? Frank, I do need to get one. I do need to get one though. Thank you for the reminder that. How do you keep up with being a mama business woman and still find time to take great care of yourself and keep sane and in good spirits? I know we don't see all, but you are amazing. Thank you, JB. So I do have help. I know I don't show I don't want to use a word that I made. Is it a maid? I don't want to use a word that's derogatory. I remember there was a big discussion over on Twitter using the word helper, but I do have help, and they are fabulous. I love Miss Arlene. Anyway, and they're helping me now. Like today is a holiday for the kids and they're downstairs, and yeah, so I do have help. And even if it's not someone that you hire to help you, you know, you can ask family members, you can ask your sister, your brother, you can ask family members to help you, and just to set out that time for yourself. So for example, and I've spoken about this before, when you put your kids on a schedule, it helps you. They know what's going to happen next, and so do you. So basically, when I put the kids to bed, I know that I have that time to, if I want to give myself a facial, if I want to shave my legs, if I want to sit down and stare at my pores in the mirror, I can. And you know, that's where I find my little time and my little sanctuary, knowing that they're okay, they're in bed, and I have this me time, you know, before I go to bed or I go to bed. They're also in school, so I'll use that time to do my little chores on the road and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that, oh, you know, it's, as you said, it's not all well and good. There are times where it's hard, but don't be afraid to ask people for help. Don't be afraid to ask people for help. Don't be afraid to, you know, hey neighbor, can you keep an eye for 2 seconds? I just want to go wee-wee, or whatever it may be, you know. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And that's one thing that with new moms, you know, they're like, oh no. Some new moms, I know Tracy's gonna be like, oh no, I can do it all myself. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And usually people are like, hey, can I get anything? But yes, I would like a chocolate milkshake from Wendy's. That's what I want. Let them get it for you. And thank you for that, JB. I try to set up my time. I hope I'm answering these questions good enough. Oh, somebody said she is beautiful, talking about Remy. What is your advice for people just starting a business? Okay, so in thinking back on when I started a business, maybe I wouldn't register it just yet. Maybe I trademark the name but not register the business just yet, because I was paying a lot in taxes that weren't really necessary. But I really wanted to get that credit card machine, but I find that nowadays there's other ways for you to get receipt payments other than a credit card. There's Zelle, there's PayPal, there's Cash App. So maybe I wouldn't register the business, because even though you would go, you'd be recognized by the government, which means you'd have to pay certain taxes that kind of come out of your thing, and I think it'd be a little bit more stressful. So maybe start small and see, hey, where's this going? How is this going to benefit me? And then maybe register as an LLC or something else. LLC, oh girls. Starting a small business, girl, good luck. Believe in your product, and you know, I'm sure you, once you believe in your product and you know you have something good to sell, and make sure your Instagram page is pretty. Make sure it's nice to look at, you know what I mean? You can use this as an example for Rachel Lane. Oh my gosh, man, her page is really nice. If you're selling clothes, just make sure everything looks good. You know, people want to stay on your page and scroll at it visually appealing. Not appease, there's no such word as appease. Connie G asks, are your brows microbladed? They look great. Yes, Connie, so I did microblade my eyebrows. I've done my 2 sessions, and when I wear a full face of makeup like this, I do just kind of fill them in. But because I have the base here with the microblading ink, I kind of know which line to follow. And I find that when my brows are darker with the microblade, when I have hair growing in, you don't see it as much as the brows before. Did you see my eyebrows back in the day? I've come a very long way. Very long way. Can we get an outside tour of your house? No, I don't go outside. I hate the sun. I hate outside. I don't go outside. It's very nice though. My mother-in-law has done a wonderful job at the landscaping. Right now they're putting in a whole bunch of solar panels, which would answer a question a young lady asked me quite some time ago about how I handle my JPS bill. Because I do have, if we're in a room, the lights are on, but I do go around and turn off the lights. I have an app on my phone that turns off all the lights, just because growing up my father was like, we don't own JPS, you know. So as I leave this room, I'll turn off the lights, turn off the AC. But we're putting up solar panels, so right now it just kind of looks a little crazy, but I don't like outside. Sandra P. But it's beautiful. Maybe one day. But I can't give you a tour because I don't know what is happening out there. I really don't. When are you going to give us the house tour? Christinique. So I just think that some things must be private, and not only that, but I don't want the gunman them to know the full layout of my house. So like, you know, when I'm broken and thing and they're like, oh, where am I? I'll be like, yo, gun finger, and shoot them with some air bullets, you know? Or like sneak to the kitchen. You know, this was a conversation Tracy and I had. Sneak to the kitchen and you get your Rambo knife and you just stand up over them and then, you know, you make up those stories that if a man ever broke in my house, you see. That was a conversation Teresa and I were having the other day. Anyway, I just think some things must be private, and not only that, but really and truly, what parts of my house have you not seen? You've seen Levi's room, you've seen Remy's room, you've seen my closet, you've seen my bathroom, you guys live in the closet with me, like, honestly. Downstairs, I'm always in the TV room. There's really nothing more of my house that you guys haven't seen. I mean, other than downstairs, well, you guys have seen the plant wall, the waterfall. What more you want to see? You want like an official tour? Will that get me views? Drop a like and a comment. Just give me both of them. Just give me both of them if you think I should do a full house tour. Why haven't you given us a full house tour? Mish, this is like an attack. Why haven't I given you a full house tour? Well, Mish, I'm waiting for the downstairs to finish. No, I'm waiting for you to drop a comment and a like. Relationship advice. How do you deal with a partner who has an extremely busy work schedule and doesn't always have the time to dedicate to a relationship family. He may try his best, but I always feel like it's not enough. How do you work around that personally? How can I improve my patience with this situation? I realize that being impatient causes problems in the relationship. I won't say a name just in case, you know. So the fact that you said that he tries his best, I think you need to concentrate on that. The fact that he tries his best, because you'll have people that don't spend that time but them not try. The fact that he tries his best, I think you need to kind of hone in on that and maybe say, you know, maybe he's so busy that he can't dedicate a specific night, like every Wednesday night is date night. Hold on. Oh shit, it's a corona injection. Feels stuffy. Here comes the corona. Blood clots. Okay, maybe you could say, hey babe, once a week let's do something, and then you plan it and be like, okay, whenever you have time, maybe you come home, maybe you could go for a late night drive in the night. I don't know if you have kids, after you put the kids to bed you can go for a drive, you know, have a little fruit plate or something and just take a little drive, park up somewhere and kiss up and have your fruit plate, something like that, you know. But I think it's a big deal, like you said, that he tries, and because of that, like, there's a lot of love there. Trying is a big thing, you know. It doesn't always feel like enough. What more you want? What more you want? The man is trying. The man is trying. Maybe you could read the 5 love languages. I can't remember who wrote that book, but maybe you could see what his love language is, and then he would be able to understand what your love language is, because maybe his trying is not in your love language, so that's why you're feeling like this. So I could mention that to you. How I work around that personally, I am not very touchy-feely, I'm not very lovey-dovey. I don't need you to spend a lot of time with me, and I do understand that Sean, you know, let him have things him have to do, like he has to work, he has to go away, and so when he comes back I try to make the most of the time that he has here. Yeah, I'm okay with being by myself. I'm okay with hanging out by myself. Actually, I'm never by myself anymore. There's these 2 people that are always harassing me. God, I just keep myself busy then. How can I improve my patience with this situation? So try read the book, try understand his love language, try get him to understand your love language, and maybe that would help. I hope my answer helps you. I'm not so good for the advising. Corona. What is it do to build a great relationship? What is it that you do to build a great relationship with your husband? Sex. Next question. A joke. This one is from Jodi B. Jodi B. I don't know, you know, because I wouldn't say I have like the best relationship to him. So like, oh my god, so in love. Like honestly, I have to post him every day. I love him so much. I can't live without him. I have to hug him and kiss him. Yeah, right. What is it to do? I guess communication. Communication. Things that he likes, I try to do them with him. Things that I like, he needs to buy me a new bag. Those things. Would you ever do a reality show? And also, are there many, if any, reality-based shows in Jamaica? So when the reality show thing was kind of stepping off, I did do a few interviews, and I actually made it really, really far with a major television station in doing a reality show. And I think I've answered this question before, but in having a successful reality show, it would not just be me and my immediate family. I would have to involve friends, and I would have to involve also people that I don't particularly like, because people don't want to watch, hi Sean, love you more. Love you too. Okay, love you. What you want for dinner? I'll make it for you. Want a massage? Oh, they don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. I was like, oh, where were you? Was so and so there? Oh, okay. Let me see phone. So and so. They want to see the drama. They want to see excitement. They want, and those are the things that get you your ratings, right? And as I said before, the things that I would have to do to make my reality show, what's the word? hype, watchable, likable, are things that I wouldn't necessarily want to do, and that's not a part of my personality. And also, when this reality show packs up and leaves Jamaica, I'm going to be left with people who were my friends that were not friends anymore. I'm going to be left with like just a trail of destruction, because my reality show, I had to like fight with this one and do that with this one. And it's, to me, what you have to do for a reality show, it's not reality. All of them, every single one of them are scripted, and it's just the things that you have to do, like to be, what's that word? The things that you have to do to be, it's not relatable. There's a word, not, yeah, like something like watchable. Things that you have to do to be not pertainable. Siri, I wish you understood me. The things that you have to do to make the show a hit are not necessarily things that align with my character and my main cores and values. Big up to everybody who wants to do a reality show or is on a reality show. I'm sure it's very entertaining, but bringing a reality show here, it's too small of an island, like, you know, so to be able to show certain things. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, like, I'm not very show off. Yeah, I have things, but they don't frighten me. They don't frighten me at all. And I find that with a reality show, especially if you're appealing to the foreign market, I think the word I was looking for was appealing. They want to see you in designer. They want to see you buying this. They want to see these stupid little Birkin bags that are honestly the most granniest looking bags ever. But if you don't have 20 from your man, he ain't loving you. Like, you know, so I just find it very fake. And I don't know if you've noticed, like, I'm not about the fake life. I speak what's on my mind. I sometimes speak and just, I don't think about what I say, and I just make you deal with them scripted something. I'm too real for that. So no, I would not do one. After seriously thinking about it, after getting that far with my auditions, I wouldn't do it. And Sean has said hell to the no. You ever try Fat Boy coconut water? If so, let me know what you think, please. Oh, by the way, you are absolutely great. LOL. Thank you, Tina. No, I have not tried Fat Boy coconut water. Please send me a picture of how that looks, please. Send me a picture of how that looks. I don't know how that looks, but honestly, Tina, I don't like coconut water. I would eat the jelly, but I don't like coconut water. I didn't use it as a chaser. I just don't like coconut water. But Levi loves coconut water, Sean loves coconut water, so maybe I'd have them try it. My guinea pigs. Did Sean really tell you to trick? Sorry. Did Sean really tell you to keep Tricky out? No. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Sean don't ruffle no feathers, you know. Ooh, that was a mean one. Do you ever get cravings to smoke? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do. There'll be some actions that I do that will trigger it, that I'll be like, and I remember, like, sometimes in my mind I'm feeling like, oh yeah, oh shit, I don't smoke. But I was feeling happy because I was going to go and get a cigarette and I don't smoke. But yes, I do have cravings. Yeah. All right, next question. What's your biggest struggle and how do you overcome your struggle? Biggest struggle. I guess something that would come to mind is there was a time where I had made a comment online about somebody. I was upset, and so, you know, when you're upset, you say things that not only that you don't mean, but you're angry, so you say angry things. And I said something, and it really came back to bite me in the ass. So I did apologize, and the parties that were involved, you know, we've kind of moved past that. But my struggle was that I was then perceived as someone I am not, and the fact that people just kept having something to say or a comment, or, you know, maybe if I'm having a good day, you know, somebody would always be under my picture, or the blogs continue. It just haunts me, and they'd always have something really negative to say about me, and it's really what some people think I am, or the traits that they think I may have. That's absolutely not true. And so that struggle to, you know, constantly see that people think of me like that, you know, I don't know, like, it's kind of hard, because sometimes I just want to be like, oh, you don't even know me. But you know, I get it. And to move over that, I just kind of have to ignore and move past. You know, I think I've changed a lot in terms of maturity, in terms of, you know, how I respond to certain things, whether it be negative or, you know, how I respond. And just the fact that being positive, being uplifting, being who I am, really, yeah, this was a hard one to answer, man. Better me just ignore it.
And never me tell you go do it. And never me saying you go do it.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I guess I thought about how I wanted to move on from that, and it's hard because, you know, being someone that I am to be perceived as somebody else is kind of like, ugh. Anyway, I just try to be as positive as possible, and hopefully people will see that and we can all move on, you know. Where was the cigarette craving question? Just when you remove the negativity out of your life, your skin will clear, your boobs will grow, your tummy will get flat, and you'll get a nice, wonderful husband. Not that that's a goal, but anyway. Yeah. Hi Jodi, I love you and your family. I watch your stories daily and I'm a big fan. One question that I had was that, do you worry that Sean thinks your family is overbearing? I'm getting married this June and I always worry that my future husband will get annoyed with how close I am to my family. Keep up the good work. You make my days brighter. So just how things work, your children are automatically closer to the maternal side of the family. Just because I do most of the activities with my kids, so my mom is always around, my dad is always around. However, there was a conversation before Levi was born, just to let mommy know that, hey, you know, while I do appreciate your opinion, just easy on the overbearing stuff, you know. She calls every time before she comes over, and she realizes too, she's like, hey, you know, I don't want to be that person that when, you know, I come to the door, Sean is just like, so she calls, she doesn't stay too long, you know, but they also get along really well as well. So yeah, mommy just kind of knows where her boundary is. Good luck, Dee. And then try to be nice to his family too. So maybe, you know, when he's like, oh, your mom comes over a lot, well, your mom comes over a lot too. I'm not the best at advice. How do you manage parenting so well? That's the parenting you see on Instagram. Instagram parenting is perfect. Slap those two ratty children. What's the cost and recovery like for a breast augmentation? So boob jobs, depending on your doctor, could start at about $4,000. I know the starting job with my doctor, I think, was $4,600, and then I also did a lift. So yeah, you have doctors that do it cheaper as well. So it depends on also, do you want saline, do you want that gummy material? And the recovery for me wasn't bad at all. So I was in a recovery house in Miami, and I stayed there for a little short of 10 days, and it really, I healed very well. So maybe for some people they'll be in a lot of pain. I didn't have much pain. I traveled through the airport with all my bags and pans, my handbag over my shoulder, and I really didn't have that much pain. So everybody may be different, but maybe you could link that page on Instagram that, like, they send you away to do like plastic surgery and stuff like that. And also we have surgeons here. This is a boob job you need. We have surgeons here. Guys, let's wrap this up. This is getting really long. Well, I think that's all the questions anyway. Do you read to your son as well? I don't anymore. So what has happened since the beginning of the pandemic, my husband has now been home. So at 6:30 is bath time. Then at about 7:15, we're on the bed after bath time, playing around, having snacks. I will take Remy over to her room for stories and bed. And then at 8 o'clock, and when I finish stories with her, I think I get out at about 7:45. So I come and I fight with Levi. We fight. I throw him down on the bed, he jumps up in there, we do all kind of, play karate. Last night he was a karate teacher and I was a student. So I play with him for about 15 minutes, then his dad takes him over into his room and his dad reads to him. So that's how it's been going now for the past year and a little bit during the pandemic. Before, if he's away, if he's traveling, I would read to Remy, leave Levi in the room to watch a little TV. Once I finish reading with Remy, I then go over to Levi, get Levi from my room, take Levi over to his room, and then I'll read to him. Which I really don't mind, but it just makes my evening a little bit longer. So whereas when I finish reading with Remy and I play with Levi, I can go and shower. Instead, I'm kind of like until 8:30 waiting to go and shower and do my own stuff. But yes, he's read to every night, but just not by me. Ooh, she's so sleepy. Very good. Hi Jodi, can you please use your platform to bring awareness to the volcanic eruption in St. Vincent and the Grenadines? There are thousands of displaced in shelters and in need of help. This includes babies, children, the sick and elderly, and they're all without power supply, food, sanitation products, water, and other essential items. Thank you very much, Miss Brownie. So I had actually made a tweet yesterday because I see where how Trinidad can help, how Barbados could help, and I didn't see how Jamaica could help, and somebody just sent me a flyer today. So I will be heading down to get diapers and formula in bulk, and I will be donating that. And I'll also, thank you for reminding me, I will post the flyer on my story of how other Jamaicans can help and what other products are needed and how and where to send cash. So thank you very much. And I think that's it. I think that's it. Is it worth it? I look forward to this story section of your IG every day. Thank you. No, it's not. Quick question. Jodi, the bottle you're feeding her through, does feeding with cereal come through the nipple freely? So the bottles that I use for Remy are the Tommy Tippy bottles, and the nipples, back in the day, you just bore the nipple hole bigger. But anyway, it sells with slow, medium, fast flow, and then there's a cereal nipple. Now if you want, you can just buy the slow nipples and then just bore that hole bigger every single time. But I do not give her cereal in her bottle, simply because I think that cereal should be had in a bowl. I don't want her to, get that lazy habit of cereal in the milk that, so there was a reason, a more medical reason to that, but I don't remember it right now, so I don't want to say it. But if you're giving cereal, give it in a spoon and a bowl. Just leave it for milk and liquids. Not even water. Water should be in a cup too. But leave it just for milk in the bottle. I think that's it. Alright everybody, thank you so much for joining me for my little question time. But we've gone, I think we've gone over half an hour. Jeez, that's a lot of me talking. That's a lot of ads. I hope you watched the ads. I hope I answered some of the major questions that you guys may have sent in. I hope I answered them okay. Drop a comment below, let me know how I could have answered better, where I was incomplete. The random words that I forgot. What were they? Drop a comment, give me a like, and give me a subscribe, because some of you come over here and you don't subscribe. Is that you? Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week right here on Jodi and Tricky. Have a good one. Bye.